Welcome to Vivid English Podcast. Hello, everyone. I am so happy you are here with us today. I'm Sarah.
And hello, listeners. I'm James. It is great to be here.
How are you doing today?
I am doing very well, thank you. Calm, relaxed, and ready to help our listeners learn some new things.
Yeah.
And you?
Oh, I am doing fantastic. I'm feeling very energetic. The sun is shining. I have my coffee, and I am ready to go.
It sounds like a good day for learning then.
It is always a good day for learning. So today we have a topic that I think makes many English learners a little bit nervous. We are going to talk about slang.
Ah, yes. Slang, the language of the street, the screen, and, well, the office water cooler. It can be quite scary for learners, can't it?
Oh, definitely. I know so many students who are just afraid to use slang words. They worry they'll use them incorrectly and, look silly. They think if I say this wrong, everyone will laugh at me.
And it's a very valid fear. But today, our mission is to change that. We're going to take a closer look at the slang of the year 2026.
Yeah.
We want to help you understand the rules so you never feel left out of the conversation.
Exactly. We want you to feel confident. We are going to break this down step by step. So, where should we begin?
Well, I think we need to start with a very important concept. Before we even learn the words, we need to understand the feeling.
Okay.
We need to talk about the difference between being cool and being cringe.
I love that word, cringe. Can you explain what cringe means for our listeners who might not know it?
Certainly. To be cringe or to do something cringe means you're trying too hard. You're trying to look cool or young or hip, but you're failing.
And it makes other people feel awkward.
Yes, exactly. Awkward or embarrassed for you.
Right. It's that feeling when you see someone doing something that just doesn't fit them. Like if my grandmother suddenly started, I don't know, trying to do a dance from TikTok, that might be a little cringe.
Exactly. It creates an awkward atmosphere. And in language, using old slang is actually worse than using no slang at all.
Oh, that's such a good point.
If you use a word that was popular 10 years ago, you might sound cringe.
So, what is the golden rule for 2026? How do we avoid that?
The rule is very simple, but you have to follow it. If you are not 100% sure what a word means or how it is used,
Don't use it yet.
don't use it yet.
That is great advice. Just wait until you are sure. There is no rush.
Precisely. It is better to speak clear, standard English than to use slang incorrectly. You will never look foolish for speaking clearly.
Okay, so we know the rule. Don't force it. But our listeners want to learn some words they can use. They want to understand what they hear. Should we look at the safe list?
Yes, let's do that. These are what we call the 2026 Slang Starter Pack. These words are, widely understood, and they're relatively safe to use in casual situations.
Fantastic. Let's start with the first one. This is a word I hear all the time. The word is vibe. V-I-B-E, vibe.
Yes, vibe. Or sometimes people say vibing. This basically just means a general feeling or an atmosphere.
The mood of a place.
The mood of a place or even a person. Can I give you an example?
Please do.
Okay, so let's say you walk into a coffee shop. The music is soft, the lighting is warm, it smells good. You could say, "This cafe has a great vibe."
Oh, I like that. This cafe has a great vibe. It sounds so natural. It just means the energy is good.
It does. Or let's say you're listening to music and you really enjoy it. You're moving your head to the beat. You can say, "I am vibing with this song."
I'm vibing with this song. Okay, simple enough. Let's look at the next one. This one is very, very short. It is the word bet. B-E-T.
Bet. This is a very common one. Now, in the past, bet used to be only about, gambling.
Right, like I bet you $10.
Exactly. But in 2026 slang, it has kind of lost that meaning in casual conversation. It just means sure or I agree.
So it's like saying, okay.
Yes, but with a little more energy, a little more enthusiasm. Imagine I ask you, hey, shall we meet for lunch at 5 p.m.?
And if I agree, I can just say bet.
Yes, you just say bet. It means, yes, I will be there. It's very casual and quick.
I love that. It is so easy. Okay, what's next on our list?
The next one is a phrase, no cap. 2 words. No cap. C-A-P.
No cap. This is an interesting one. What does it mean? It has nothing to do with a hat, right?
Not at all. In slang, cap means a lie.
Oh,
So
no.
logically, no cap means no lie. It basically means I am telling the truth or seriously.
Ah, I see. So you use it when you want to emphasize that you're being honest, especially if what you're saying is maybe a little hard to believe.
Right. For example, if you eat a really delicious meal, you might say, that was the best burger I have ever had, no cap.
That was the best burger I've ever had. No cap.
Perfect. You're saying, I am not exaggerating. It really was the best.
That's a fun one. Okay, the next word is a little bit sadder, I think. The word is ghosting.
Yes, ghosting. This comes from the word ghost, like a phantom. It happens when someone just suddenly stops all communication with you, like a ghost.
Oh, that is terrible. And it usually happens in dating, right?
Yes, mostly in dating or sometimes with friendships. So imagine you are texting someone every day. Things are going well. Then suddenly, nothing. They just vanished.
That is so rude. So in that situation, you could say he is ghosting me.
Correct. He is ghosting me. Or I got ghosted. It's a very useful word because it describes a very specific modern problem.
Definitely. Okay, we have one more pair of words for our starter pack. These are like a volume knob for your feelings. Lowkey and hikey.
These are opposite. So Lowkey is for secret, subtle, or, quiet feelings. High key is for obvious, intense, or loud feelings.
Can you give us a sentence using Lowkey?
Sure. Let's say you were at a party, but you're tired. You don't want to make a big deal, but you want to tell your friend. You might whisper, I low-key want to go home.
I low-key want to go home. So you want to go, but you're being quiet about it.
Exactly. It's a subtle feeling. But if you're very excited, you might use high key, for example.
Wow.
I high key love this movie.
It means everyone can know about it.
Yes, you're proud of it.
I high-key understand this now. Haha.
Very good usage. You are learning fast.
Thank you. Okay, so those are the safe words. But are there times when we should absolutely not use these words?
Oh, definitely. This is so important. Just because you know the words does not mean you should use them everywhere. This is what we call the red zones.
The danger areas.
Danger areas. Let's zoom in on these because this is where learners can get into trouble.
Okay, what's the first one?
The first and most important red zone is the job interview.
Oh, yes. Please do not say bet to a hiring manager.
Never. In a job interview, you must stick to professional, clear, standard English. If the manager asks, can you start on Monday? Do not say bet.
Haha, imagine that. Can you start Monday? Bet. That would be so awkward.
So inappropriate. You should say yes, certainly, or yes, I can.
That is very important. What about something like emails?
Formal emails are also a red zone. Avoid slang, and also avoid abbreviations. Don't write the letter U instead of the word Y-O-U.
It looks unprofessional. Keep it formal. What about speaking to older people, like from an older generation?
This is a tricky one. Generally, it can be seen as disrespectful to use street slang with an elder unless they use it first.
Ah, so if my grandfather says, this music is a vibe, then I can say it back.
Exactly. If they open the door, you can walk through. But let them start.
That makes sense. And I think there is one more red zone, serious situations.
Yes, this is crucial. Never use slang during a conflict, an argument, or a sad event.
Right.
If someone is telling you bad news, saying, that is Lowkey sad, just sounds very rude. It takes away the seriousness of the moment.
It sounds like you don't care enough to use proper words.
Precisely. In serious moments, use standard, heartfelt English.
Okay, so we know the red zones, but let's switch to the positive side. Tell us about the green zones. When does slang actually help us?
Slang is wonderful for social connection. It builds bridges between people. It shows you are part of the group.
So with friends, for example.
Yes, with friends is the #1 green zone. When you use slang with friends, it signals comfort. It says, I am relaxed with you. We are the same.
It creates a bond. What about texting friends?
Casual texting is a huge green zone. You can use abbreviations like LOL. You can use emojis. This is where you can really practice.
That is true. Texting gives you time to think before you send the message.
Exactly. It's a safe space to experiment. And another green zone is when you're discussing pop culture, movies, music, TikTok trends. Slang fits perfectly there.
So if we are talking about a new movie, I can say, that movie was a vibe, no cap.
Perfect. That is the exact right context. It makes you sound fun in that moment.
This is also helpful, but I have a question. How do our listeners learn these words without sounding fake?
That is the big question. We have a strategy for this. We call it the listen first strategy.
Listen first. Tell us more.
The advice is, do not be the first person to start a conversation with a new slang word. Wait for a native speaker to use it first.
Ah, so you observe them like a scientist.
Yes. Observe the context. Who are they talking to? What is the situation? Once you hear it used naturally, then you can try to copy it. It is much safer to copy than to create.
That's much safer than just guessing. And there is another thing, isn't there? Tone matters.
Yes. Tone, the sound of your voice. Slang depends so much on the vibe of your voice. If you say a slang word like a robot, it sounds very strange.
Can you give us an example of the robot voice?
Sure. Imagine saying no cap like this. That was, hey, good. Burger. No, cap.
That sounds terrible. It sounds like a machine.
It does. You have to say it with flow. That was a good burger. No cap. You need a little bit of attitude.
You have to feel the word, not just say it.
Exactly. And remember, geography matters too. We have to talk about regional differences.
Oh, right. English is spoken all over the world. Is slang different in different cities?
Very different. Slang in London in the UK is very different from slang in New York or Los Angeles.
Can you give us a UK example?
In London, you might hear the phrase, that's peak, P-E-A-K.
That's peak. Does that mean good? Like the peak of a mountain?
Surprisingly, no. In London slang, if something is peak, it means it is bad or unfortunate. Like, I missed my bus, that's peak.
Wow, I would have guessed the opposite. What about in the US?
In the US, you might hear, that's fire, like a flame, F-I-R-E.
That's fire.
And that means, that is amazing. You might say, these shoes are fire.
So peak is bad in London and fire is good in the US. This is why the listen first strategy is so important.
Exactly. You need to know where you are.
Right. Is there a way technology can help us with this?
Yes. There is a great tech tip for 2026. You can use AI to check your slang.
The AI slang check? How does that work?
Well, slang changes so fast, you can ask an AI chatbot a simple question. And it can give you alternatives.
I love that we can use AI as a personal slang tutor. That's very smart. But I guess nothing beats listening to real people.
Nothing beats it.
Wow, we've covered so much today.
It has been a full discussion. But if there's one thing we want our listeners to remember, what is it?
I think the most important lesson is this. Clear communication is always better than cool communication.
I agree completely. If you are ever in doubt, just use normal English.
Before we go, I have a little challenge for our listeners.
Ooh. A challenge? What is it?
I want you to listen to a movie or song and try to hear just one of the words we talked about today. Vibe or bet or no cap.
That is a great idea.
Mm.
Don't try to use it yet. Just listen for it. When you hear it, you'll have that aha moment. I know what that means.
It is a great feeling. And remember, language is supposed to be fun.
Absolutely. Learning should be joyful.
Well, I think that is all the time we have for today. This was such a fun conversation.
It really was. I hope our listeners feel a little more hikey confident now.
Ha ha. I see what you did there. Very good usage.
Thank you. I try my best.
Listeners, thank you so much for spending this time with us. We really appreciate you.
Yes, thank you for listening. Your progress is so important to us.
Be sure to tune in to Vivid English Podcast next time.
We have many more topics to explore. We can't wait to see you again.
Have a wonderful week, everyone. Be brave and keep practicing.
Goodbye, everyone.